prioritized solutions. One was to reassign a special education diagnostician. Number 2, district resource teachers. Number 3, counselors. Number 4, librarians. And number 5, assistant principals. And that was the order that we went in. Now, things transpired again on Friday, in addition to us looking at the options that you were concerned about. Other happenings came about that Mr. Armstrong can share with you. But 2 district positions could be eliminated, which would provide money needed for our budget. And it would only take us to number 2 on the option. We wouldn't have to go past number 1 of the diagnostician. Numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5 we would not have to address, which would be district resource teachers, counselors, librarians, and assistant principals. All other cuts would be made at the district level. Those would include Fund 2 clerk and receptionist, 2 district administrator positions, and a district diagnostician. Good. We reviewed that this week. It's coming in as budgeted. And then when we sweep the rest of the money, we need to call those back immediately.
We're looking at cutting how many teachers exactly at this point? I mean,
do you have the
well, Blaine, for example, Blaine is losing 4 positions. I know we're small, but, you know, Blaine language arts.
Blaine is losing the 1-year position. And Mr. Hall, I'm going to call on you just to clarify. But Blaine is losing the 1-year position of the language arts teacher that we added with Title I money last year. When sequestration didn't hit, we added that position for Blaine Elementary. So that one is being eliminated. And then at Blaine, we're also combining the librarian with the West Elementary. That librarian will serve 2 schools. Those are the only positions.
Yeah,
correct, Mr. Hall?
Blaine's not losing any previously existing positions, just the 1-year positions that the board offered them for the current school year.
Right. Very good. We reviewed that this week. It's coming in as budgeted. And then when we sweep the rest of the money, we need to call those back immediately.
We're looking at cutting how many teachers exactly at this point? I mean,
do you have the
well, Blaine, for example, Blaine is losing 4 positions. I know we're small, but, you know, Blaine language arts.
Blaine is losing the 1-year position. And Mr. Hall, I'm going to call on you just to clarify. But Blaine is losing the 1-year position of the language arts teacher that we added with Title I money last year. When sequestration didn't hit, we added that position for Blaine Elementary. So that one is being eliminated. And then at Blaine, we're also combining the librarian with the West Elementary. That librarian will serve 2 schools. Those are the only positions.
Yeah,
correct, Mr.
Blaine's
Hall?
not losing any previously existing positions, just the 1-year positions that the board offered them for the current school year.
6 math teachers and they needed 7 next year, or 6 math teachers and they needed 5, so they're going to make that one a science position. You know, they have that opportunity to do that also.
Yeah.
A position is still there. We did not cut numbers of positions based on their base allocation and their additional positions.
Okay. For example, here at the high school, there's no site-based counsel. How would that be handled?
The principal continues to ultimately make those decisions in consultation, Ms. Gaines, with the advisory council. The commissioner appointed an advisory council that serves in a similar role, but it's a non-elected role. But if I'm not mistaken, the high school council continues to serve in an advisory capacity. And when it comes to hiring, for example, in consultation with the principal.
Do the principals talk to you about this before the meetings and so on? I mean, do they bring you information?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. They, again, I think across the board, they take the role very serious. The principal and the councils do, and they do their best. I think they do their best.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but I just didn't know if it stayed within that council or you had information.
Right, but they do their best, and again, as Ms. Humphrey has explained, for example, those employees who were hired for a year, we would have had a conversation, for example, with the principal that said, remember this one, this person, this person, this person. But then also, the principal also would have the prerogative to come to me and say, for a non-tenured person, for example, and say,